Peace and blessings. My name is Carlos Walker, and this is Art and Hustle. And today I got my brother with me, Joshua Brown, Coach JB. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Wonderful. Blessed to be alive. Blessed to be here. I have another day to serve my purpose, another day to let God's light shine through me so that the people can see his great works and he get all the glory in heaven, man. So I'm grateful to be here. Hello, everybody, man.
So, if you will, share a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. I just introduced myself. So I am a former boxer, former amateur boxer. I live and reside here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. The reason why I came here because I was just a kid with a dream. Growing up in a place called Prentice, Mississippi, lived in a neighborhood called 84 West. We call it the jungle. The jungle. In the jungle, we had it was like 13 of us guys grew up. None of us had like present fathers. A lot of us dealt with a lot of anger, a lot of aggression. The jungle. We also There was a pastor that lived in the neighborhood, so we got a little bit of the rough side. We got a little bit of the spiritual side. So with that being said, later on in life, a lot of challenges occurred. A lot of shortcomings came forth, and I had ended up meeting a boxing coach. You know how guys say your words are powerful. So I had ended up meeting a boxing coach. I was in the gym. I was always telling my family that I wanted to box. And I had cracked a joke. I remember cracking a joke with my boxing coach. His name is Coach Rob Williams. He was like, man, you should take this a little more serious. You should move to Hattiesburg. And I had said, man, I'm going to end up coming here. So long story short, one day me and my mother got put out of our home, so we was forced during the time. I looked at it as a bad thing. Of course I was hurt. Man, I want my house. This is my house. I want to stay in Prentice where I know everything. And because it was just a comfortable place to me. But God made me and my mother uncomfortable, and I ended up coming to Hattiesburg. And long story short, I made a career out of boxing. Very, very short career. I only had a few fights. My ultimate goal was to always be a coach. And I knew from the very beginning that I was going to use boxing to help reach a lot of people and help change a lot of lives. And that's what I do. So now I own a company called JB Boxing and Fitness. Here at JB Boxing and Fitness, it's all about love. It's all about unity. I host youth camps and I work with a lot of individuals. We do personalized training. And another thing I wanted to do was become a boxing promoter. And by the grace of God, I now have my boxing promoter's license here in the state of Mississippi. I've hosted 2 boxing shows. They've been very successful shows. My second show that I just hosted on November the 23rd, I was able to honor that coach that gave me an opportunity. I was able to honor the coach who believed in me, and he is a legend. And right now, what I'm doing, I'm waking up every day. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what God is, what he got in the making, but I know that I have a plan, but his plan is always greater. But at the end of the day, I aspire to help change as many lives as possible.
Hmm. So, there's a lot that you said in this. One,
Yes.
what I heard was your gift made room for you and put you before great men.
Yes, sir.
So, your career was, you said you only had a few fights. How many fights was that?
So I had a total of 6 fights.
Okay. Dedication, perseverance pushed you to, and another thing that I heard you say is the words have power.
Yes, sir.
There's a Bible verse in the Bible that says life and death is in the power of the tongue. You had to be uncomfortable to move and be in the position that you're in now. Most people don't understand how powerful that is because that's how God works. He gets you uncomfortable so you'll be where you need to be. So people like yourself can become who you're supposed to be. Uh, you ended up taking and moving there, started the career. The coach took you up under his belt, and now today Everything that you spoke or that God put in your mind to speak, you are now or have become or becoming those things, from a boxer to a promoter to somebody who just want to give back in the form that it was given to you. That's when I say your gift make room for you. You're
Yes.
making money off the gift, but you're also inspiring people. And the great men ain't just people like Tank, because I know you are Tank. That's your man. It ain't just people who have learned their gift and became great. It's
Yes.
people who, you're everyday people.
Yes.
You're pulling the greatness out of everybody else, because in boxing or any other sport, what I learned is y'all learn how to be disciplined. There's a discipline that people don't get from everywhere else. You have to quit eating from a time for a time. You have to every day go out here and practice, practice, practice to become what you're supposed to. And in you, I think it was Kobe. In you taking that what is the word today? The Mamba, taking that Mamba
Mentality.
mentality. It's not that you, yes, you may even have a gift, and this may be your gift, but perseverance, dedication, discipline pushes past gift. And what you're able to do is what you're doing now. So for me, always, I tilt my hat to you. I love you for the gift that you got, but for who you'll become with it. So if you will, share a little bit about the things that you, I mean, I know it's boxing, training going on. Share about the mentality that you give the people that you work with.
Okay, so I'm glad that you asked about the mentality. So I have a slogan that I use. You may see it on like some of my hoodies, or you may see me hashtag champion lifestyle. Champion lifestyle simply means keep God first, which is the most important thing. Keep God first and be a winner in every single thing that you do. Meaning you cannot exceed or excel, you cannot move forward without God. You cannot have a dream and think that you're gonna get there without God. And that's what I mean. Like, you can have a plan, but with God, you're gonna get to where you gotta get to, but his plan is always greater. Um, Meaning, for example, let me throw this in here. I stated that I'm a boxing promoter. So you know how sometimes you want to be something, but along the journey, sometimes you think you don't have everything you need, right? But really you do. God always provide the resources. So um I wanted to be a boxer promoter. I stepped out of my lane before, meaning I had ran into like some funds, right? So I took those funds and I tried to use my old hustling mentality. I got out of the will of God and I got off the path that's set before me, because my steps are already ordered, but I wasn't walking them steps. I tried to host a comedy show. So, I'm not funny. I don't crack jokes. I love boxing. So I tried to host a comedy show thinking that I was going to generate a lot of income, take that money and bring it back into
The box.
my career. Nah, God slapped me down. Boom, right? To me, I said I lost, but my boxing coach always told us, like, you never lose, you learn. So once I went back to the drawing board, I had to ask God, like, why did I, like, how you let me fumble? I just keep it real. It was $15,000. How did you let me throw away $15,000? Now I understand why I had to do all of that. Again, I didn't lose. I learned. I learned how to market, be a better marketer.
Come on.
I learned how to reach out to certain resources. I learned how to go talk on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to get out there in the streets and hustle with the flyers. I learned so many promoter attributes that like everything that I learned, I'm using it today, and now I'm successful. But people will look and say, "Oh, he must been doing. He just no. I've been did this. I had to fall on my back. I had to go in front of my family like that. 15,000, man. Do you know my child could have slapped me like, Daddy? That's our money. I fumbled a $15,000 bag, and now I'm playing get back. But also with that, like I learned that money don't mean nothing. Now, if you put a challenge, I like challenges. Whether I come up short or whatever, it's only gonna make you better.
Come on
But
now.
the most important thing is I learned stay in the will of God. Your steps are already ordered. We think we need all of these things, all of this money. No, you wherever you are and whatever you gotta take it and use it, and he'll multiply it. But he just wants you to take 2 steps. He wants you to take 2 steps, and he gonna end up taking 15 steps. Like the 15,000 blue, he gonna end up taking 15 steps. So again, everything that I learned, man, it only made me sharper. It made me more witty. It made me more patient, and it made me stay in my lane. And it made me realize that yes, my gift will make room for me. And don't be afraid. Speaking of afraid, I have one more thing to say. On my clothes, on the back of all my apparel, I always put this quote that I came up with after my first fight. Cause again, after my first fight, I didn't have a lot. I only had God and a will. And when I didn't have money and when I didn't have all these materialistic things, I was very happy. I was more happier then than when I had a $15,000. So the quote is, God, use me to shine like a light in every dark place. Let your grace and mercy be upon me everywhere that I go. There's work that needs to be done. Use me to do it, oh God, for I am not afraid. So that's something that I live by. I die by. A lot of my clients don't know. I get up, come to this gym early, and I pray. Well, as I'm driving down that road, God protect me with the full armor of God. And then I say that quote that be on the back of all of my apparel. Yeah, man, you got me talking, man. I got to get off this video.
Look, no, this is what you're supposed to do. Remember,
Yes,
one of my favorite verses, and you basically been saying it the whole time, is and you started off with it basically. Let your light
yes,
so shine among men that they may glorify, that they may see your good works and
yes,
glorify God which is in heaven. You started off with that. You are a light in every dark avenue, every place that you have ever been. God is using your testimony, your story. He's using you to be that light that people need to see. The reason why you are in what is it, Hattiesburg? The
yes,
reason why you're there, people need that. And what God has actually used your gift to do, it's an entrepreneur gift, but it's who you have embodied and who you have become. And the thing about it, the comedy part, there's another verse that comes to my mind. All things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. Like you already know now, that was part of the journey to get you here so you can actually truly promote.
yes,
If you
yes,
didn't if you didn't have that part, you wouldn't be able to do the promotion part because guess what? That puts you out there to be able to it looked like a fumble, but you gain the wisdom
yes,
of a promoter. You just paid basically for your education
yes,
in it. Where some people may go to school, but they don't have the experience. You paid for experience.
yes,
And where you're at now, you're successful in what you're doing with the 2 fights, but all of the other fights that you're going to promote and put on, you're successful because how God set you up to be successful. That was never a fumble. I know you know this, but
yeah.
just from wordplay, that was never a fumble.
Right,
That was you paying
absolutely,
for the education.
absolutely.
And where you at now, man, look, you already know, look, I try my best to be one of your biggest supporters. You stopped and talked to me out there in DC when I was selling my book.
Yes,
That means a lot to me. For you to stop. You was here for Tank's fight that day.
yes.
And you stopped and just took the time and bought my book. I think, matter of fact, did you
And you
buy it?
signed both of them.
Look, I
Yes,
had to. Look, for you to take the time and do so, it has been an honor for me to do anything God has allowed me to do on your behalf. Speak, text you from time to time, just tell you I love you, man. Uh,
yes,
you show love, and that's the biggest part of your heart. and it means a lot to me. And I know you doing the same for everybody that comes through your gyms, and you get to pour love into them. So for me, this is an honor to even do this interview. Continue to do the work that you're doing. Continue to let your light shine, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say, big likewise, man. Big likewise. You do the same. I be keeping up with you. I see those portraits that you drawing. You want me to give you a tour? You want me to show you?
Yeah,
Let
get
me
it
show
to
the
us.
people, man. Let me show the people. You kept your word. You said that you would draw a portrait of me. What that say? Champion lifestyle.
Hey, I appreciate you. It means
Beautiful
a lot
picture.
to me,
That's
man.
art, man. That's you bled on this earth, man. You bled on this earth. That's your tattoo. That's your tattoo to the earth, man. Like I look at that every day. And I'm forever grateful. And we're gonna cross paths. You know what we talked about in private. I'm still gonna get you here. That's what the youth camp's for. That's what the fight's for. It's not on my time. It's on God time. Again, I just got one of the biggest yeses ever. People don't understand the power of the pen, the
Good.
power of writing things down, the
Write the
power of
vision.
having a prayer room. Like I've received so many no's, man. I just got a yes. I could have been quit, but I just got a yes. And a lot of things don't make sense until it makes sense. And then when it makes sense, you realize, man, God got the biggest sense of humor ever, man.
Come on now.
He be playing games. He be playing a lot of games.
It ain't it to me, and I understand the wordplay you're using. To me, it's
Yes,
more, do you want the promise? And are you willing to go after the promise? But it ain't even about the promise. Are you willing to thank me in spite of the wait to get to the promise?
I love it.
He already gave you a vision a long time ago. The things
Yes,
that you shared with us, um, wanting to be a boxer, wanting to be a promoter. What you had to do was go through the entire thing. This was the vision a long time ago, but you got to go through the process in order to get to the vision. God never tell
yes,
you no. He tell you wait. Because guess what? Sometimes we ain't even prepared for the things that God is ready to give us.
absolutely.
And if you had got it early, that might would have been a fumble. But the thing about it, in this stage of your life now and where you're about to head into, this is huge. Nothing stops you from being I'm gonna say it, the greatest promoter on earth.
I
Because
received it.
God didn't already love. Hey, I look at what's my man name? I'm gonna mess his name up. Don King. Look,
Yes,
to me, one of the best promoters ever touched earth. Literally.
yes,
Floyd Mayweather, one of the best promoters that ever touched earth. But
yes,
you have a different sense. One, you gonna tell you why? You put God first. I ain't saying
yes.
that they didn't, but I ain't never heard them say it either.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you say it. And because of such, nothing stops you from no. There's a verse that says, don't despise the day of small beginnings. Don't even worry about now. This is just part of the testimony to tell some people later on how God did everything. And this right,
Yeah,
just doing this interview, look, I get to capture the moment. Look,
man, it's amazing.
look, I
It's
love you, bro.
amazing.
I know you got some other things you got to do.
Yes,
If
sir.
it's anything that a word of wisdom that you could give somebody, um, old, young, in prison, out of prison, it doesn't matter where they may be at in life. They just starting whatever their journey is. What would it be?
That is strong. I would say, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, like, man, don't quit. Like, don't quit. Do not quit, man. Embrace that nervousness that you may feel. Embrace the confusion. Like, it's okay to be confused. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to not know. And um it's okay to ask when you need help, and even if they don't help you, it's still okay to continue to believe is the main thing. Continue
Mhm.
to believe that it will all work out. Continue to believe that it'll work out. Continue to be patient. continue to be patient, continue to go over a hill, and when you think that you at the top of the hill, continue to go over another one and another one and another one, because you don't know, once you get to that certain one, you don't know what God got for you. And all I can say, man, just continue to believe, work with everything that you got right now, make the best of what you got right now, because one day those small things, like, they will turn into big things. One day you will have diamonds, man. Be okay with what you have, the small things, because I promise though, it's gonna be fruitful and it will multiply. That stuff true. All that stuff in the Bible, that stuff true, man. Man,
Look,
just keep God first and be a winner in everything you do. And I'm gonna end it with that, man. Don't stop, man. All dreams do come true. You are the master of your faith. You know what I'm saying? You are in control. You the number one role player in your movie. So, man, just keep living, keep going, and it'll all work out. And always be kind to everybody and do more good than you do bad, because we all do bad stuff. But repent and keep going, and don't try to be perfect. That's something I used to try to do. I used to try to do everything right. Now I live my life. Now I sit back and I watch my movie. Now I just stay in my lane, use my gift, focus, and be kind to everybody, man. I want everybody that I come across, and I want everybody that come across other people, I want them to know that love is the answer to all things. Because God is love, and love is the answer to all things. Love overrules everything. So that's it, man. That's all I got. And I love you, brother. Thank you for staying true. I will look up one day and I'll see you at a fight, even if it's not this next one. Hey, maybe let's get.
when is the next
Can I announce it? I can't announce it.
one? Okay,
I'm gonna
hey,
send it
look,
to you
well,
in private.
there we go. There we go.
All right.
Look,
Yes, sir.
continue to
Talk to you
be,
soon, my brother.
I love you. Continue to be the greatness that's in you. And thank you for just doing this. Thank you for who you are, man. Continue to be the light and remember champion lifestyle. So, this is Art and Hustle. My name is Carlos Walker. This is Joshua Brown, Coach JB. Peace and blessings. Love you, bro.
Love you too. Thank you for having me. Talk to you later.